This is Jess Lentini reporting from ProTech Ponds Ice Hockey Center. I have John Beatrice here with me tonight. John, how would you view your season thus far?
Season's going good. We're one win away from clinching nationals, so that was a big goal at the beginning of the season. Statistically, I'm actually having a really good season, so I'm pumped about that. And my line's clicking, so far so good.
What game was most difficult to play a full 60 minutes?
Well, the best one was against URI. We played them and we had the lead for most of the game, and then they tied up at the end, so they played right to the finish, but we ended up scoring with 2 minutes left, so that was big. And they're our rivals, kind of. We haven't beat them in a while, so that was a big game for us.
Which opponent in your mind was the toughest to face this season?
Probably Delaware. They were the most physical. They were just big players all around. They could hit, shoot, move the puck. So they really challenged us. The first game they beat us pretty bad, and then the second game we forced a shootout, but just couldn't put it away. So they were pretty good.
And what's your outlook on the Cornell game?
Those are going to be two tough games. It's either us or Cornell going to nationals, so we're fighting for first place in our league, so that's going to be a big game.
And has Cornell done anything in the past to be competitive with Rutgers?
Yeah, I think we split with them 2 years ago. Real close games last year, so they're right up there. They're good.
Not looking too far ahead, but you guys play number 1 ranked Penn State in 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on that?
They're going to be a pretty good team. We lost last year to them pretty badly, and this year I think they're even better, so that's good. But I think we have a different team this year. I think we work harder, and I think we could surprise them.
If you could describe this team in one word this season, what word would you choose?
I think positive is a good word. I think last year we focused too much on the negatives. I think this year we have the confidence to go out and win, and no matter what's happening in the game, I think we could come out on top.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
I have Slash here with me tonight. Slash, how do you view the season thus far?
I think it's definitely been a success with the string of wins we're putting together and doing it in convincing fashion, so it's definitely a step forward for the program.
Which game was most difficult to play the full 60 minutes?
I mean, if you want to look at difficulty, obviously, the URI and UDEL games, and the second game against UDEL, we played a great 55 minutes and blew it the last 5. But I think especially this weekend, we're really able to put together closer to a 60-minute game, and it's definitely good going to Cornell and then next week or 2 weeks from now to Penn State.
Which opponent in your mind was the toughest to face so far?
I think skill level, definitely UDEL, also because they just they have that tenacity of a winning hockey team, and it's definitely, it was kind of a learning curve to go through that, and then beating Ori and getting that close to UDEL. I think it's definitely made us a stronger team.
And what's your outlook for the Cornell game?
2 big wins, 2 big games, 2 big wins. I don't see it being any different.
Do you think they've done anything in the past to be competitive with Rutgers?
Especially we had a scare 2 years ago where they beat us and almost took nationals away from us, and they're always a good team to play. Always put up a good fight, and definitely have to take it to them. We have to be on our A game this weekend.
And you mentioned Penn State. You're playing them in 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on that weekend?
It's going to be a huge weekend. Everyone is talking about coming out with a sweep, but we'll see what happens.
If you could describe this team in one word this season, what word would it be?
I had to say loving. All the guys just pulling for each other. Lots of team camaraderie, and trying to win for the guy next to us.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Holly Lloyd, and I'm here with Jason Adams. Jason, how do you view your season thus far?
Our team's playing really well. As of late, we've won a lot of games. I don't know how many games in a row, but it's been a lot. Maybe 8 or 10. We've been playing confident lately, and we've beaten some ranked opponents. We only have 2 losses in regulation and 2 overtime losses. Hopefully we continue to win more games. But 25 guys in here, and the coaches have done a great job so far this year. And everyone's pulling for the same thing. Hopefully have another historical season for Rutgers ice hockey, and continuing the climb to hopefully be better.
What game was most difficult to play a full 60 minutes, and which opponent in your mind is toughest to face, or was it toughest to face?
Toughest opponent I thought was Delaware. I thought they were fast. And we played them on Olympic ice, which we're not used to. So it's hard to keep up with a team like that with that kind of speed. But the hardest game to play for 60 minutes, I think, is every game. It's kind of cliche, but every game's important, especially with us trying to go to nationals. You have to win every game. And then our non-league games are also important because they're always against ranked teams. Our coach does a good job of scheduling tough opponents, and no one wants to play cupcakes.
What's your outlook for Cornell, and what have they done in the past to be competitive with Rutgers?
Outlook against Cornell is hopefully win 2 games and clinch nationals. It's nice to clinch it, have the possibility to clinch it before Thanksgiving, and not really wait till things play out. Cornell's a good team. They use their body. We usually play it up in their NCAA rink, which is it's nice. So we're not used to playing in a big rink like that. And then I don't know, they're usually well coached, and they usually have some guys who can play, some guys who go there hopefully with aspirations to play NCAA and don't make it, and they end up playing against us.
Not looking too far ahead, you have number 1 ranked Penn State in 2 weeks. What are your thoughts for that weekend?
Hopefully we can pull an upset. No, it should be good. They always get a lot of fans, and they have those yellow lights that kind of trip up our guys. Last year was not happy in Happy Valley at all for us. I think they beat us like 13-1. So hopefully, any kind of showing better than that would be nice. It's their last year too in the ACHA, so hopefully they haven't lost yet. So hopefully maybe by then we can give them their first loss if they haven't lost already.
What is the most difficult thing being a captain entails this season?
Just making sure guys are doing what they're supposed to do all the time. That's hard. Some guys have their own agendas, and this year hasn't been that bad compared to other years. In the past, we've had some serious cancers and guys who only care about themselves. But this year, we got a lot of guys who are pulling for each other, even if they're not playing. Guys are still in there watching the games, taking stats up in the stands. That wasn't happening the last couple of years. So, as a captain, that's been my job, just make sure everyone is a team, a family, and we've been pretty good about that so far. Hopefully it stays. It's hard over a long season because guys tend to go back in old habits.
If you could describe this team in 1 word, which one would you choose?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, 1 word. Great. Just a great group of guys. They're all like brothers, even new guys who I haven't known. They're probably my only friends at school. Coaches are like fathers. Equipment managers are like our friends. The interns, you guys make us feel comfortable. It's just been great. It's just been a great year so far.
Well, thank you for your time, and good luck this weekend against Cornell.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Holly Lloyd, and I have Coach Goydich with me. Coach, what does it mean for you to be closing in on your 100th win and being the first Rutgers Division I ACHA coach to do it?
Oh, it's great. A lot of hard work the past 10 years, and quite honestly, if one of my players didn't remind me of it, I probably would have forgotten that I'm getting close to my 100th win. So it's pretty neat, but we never put ourselves first. This team and the captains and other coaches have done the majority of the work. We're just following the coattails and having a good time. So,
what past coach or person do you think has molded you into the coach you are today?
Oh, geez, there's a long list of them. Every coach that I've ever had as a kid or a teenager or adult, for that matter, has molded me in some way, whether it be a couple of drills that they've done that I now do, or some sayings that they have said in the past that I say, and just the way they coach and different systems. Every single coach, to name a few. I mean, Mike Reynolds from CBA was big on me. Even our past Rutgers coach, Mike DeAngelis, I've taken some things from him. And back in my Old Bridge days, Rob Small, all those guys that Jimmy Dyer, they all molded me to who I am today. So I'm grateful to take hopefully the better parts of their coaching style and molding into one.
What changes have you made in the program since you've taken over 10 years ago?
My first couple of years as the interim head coach, there was really no help whatsoever. It was just me on the bench. The past, I'd say, 7 years, adding Adrian Clausen, our assistant coach and recruiting director, we're recruiting more kids now. We're getting the word out more than in the past. The other coaches that have stepped in, that's basically where we've improved the program. One person can't do it alone. Captains can't do it alone. So we've received a lot more help the past 6-7 years. And again, I'm the head coach, but it's not me that's changing the program. It's these guys in this locker room and teams past that have gotten the name out there and done well on the ice. So again, I'm just enjoying watching it and coaching it.
What was your finest memory as a player?
There's a couple to think about, but back when I was a sophomore, when we won the Super East Championship, back then it was tough because my freshman year, when our seniors graduated, the team was looked upon as being a rebuilding team, a rebuilding year, and our captains, including myself, Timmy Mahoney, myself, and Corey LaPointe, we just took the reins, and the rest of the team, and we won 2 shootouts that year in the playoffs, and we won the league, the conference. So that was probably a great defining moment in my collegiate career. In addition to having hosting nationals that year in 97, 98 at Bridgewater Sports Arena. So all those things that happened that year, it was a great year, and I thought we did really well, and we turned heads. So that's probably what I can think of as being one of the finest moments.
Well, talk me through this weekend, the importance of the games against Cornell.
Cornell, it's very similar to a Binghamton or a Cortland. They come at you really hard and fast, and they're always tenacious around the puck. They got some great skill, though. They have a great coach back there, and every year they give us a challenge. 2 years ago, they won playoffs. They stunned us in the semifinal round. Actually, 3 years ago, and then last year they played us really, really close. So you don't know what you're going to get against Cornell. The only thing you do know you're getting against Cornell is a group that wants to win. So this weekend for us is huge. It's our last 2 in-conference games. If we pull out and do well, we could potentially go to a national tournament this early in the season. We don't want to leave the chance, though. We have to win these 2 games. We don't win these 2 games or something bad happens, you're basically putting your faith and destiny in another team's hands, and that's something we don't want. So, we'll see what happens this weekend. I think the guys are pretty focused and physically and mentally ready, and I think they know the importance. They know what's on the line, and it's going to be great to see. It's going to be nerve-wracking on the bench, but we're pretty positive we'll do well. So that's basically it.
Well, thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.